Today we have invited Danielle Dolsky to be on our talk show. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
She has been in the service industry for 10 years, and we're just looking to get some insight in why you're staying in the service industry and, why you love it so much. It's not an industry that most people stay in very long. So
True.
we were just looking to ask you a few questions to see why you love it in hopes that we'll get some insight on that. And so we want to start off with, why are you staying there so long? Let's get some insight on why you've stayed there so long and just kind of what you've learned from that job.
Well, first and foremost, I really enjoy the public and people. I do have a degree in communication, and I think that's helped me in the service industry, and one of the reasons why I wanted the communication degree is because I recognize the fact that I work well with individuals. I'm a good problem solver, and I just truly enjoy serving others. It's a joy of mine. Which
is some really good assets to have for the service industry, because
Absolutely.
I have never personally been in that service industry, but I know it's a tough one to be in, and not everyone is cut out for it. So it's amazing that you have stayed there that long. But what kind of life lessons and just what have you learned to shape your life from your job, if any?
Yes, absolutely. So many. I mean, I have been at my job for quite a while now, and so I've heard stories from so many different years, so many different generations, World War II, the revolution movements,
for sure.
And so every day they just tell me to live life one day at a time. Don't get old is a saying that I get a lot of times, which is more or less funny. But as far as life lessons, just love the one you're with. Enjoy life, because you never know what can happen next. And just be happy, and God is good. And
that's awesome, because I know it's like you're going into work and you get to meet new people every day, which then leads to new relationships and connections, and you never know what's out there. And with your communication degree, someone might be out there that's going to sit down at your table one day and have a lead on that. And so we really want to ask why exactly you chose to get your communication degree. Did you choose it specifically because of your job in the service industry?
Well, my job showed me that I have a knack for working with the public. And so I thought, what better than to get a communication degree where that can lead me into places where I'm already comfortable, because I've worked with the public for 10 years, like you had mentioned before.
Which is awesome. And I think, like I've said before, just that industry is really tough, so it takes a lot. And with your communication degree, that's awesome that you know how to communicate with someone, because I'm sure you have days where customers are really happy and then the next day they're really sad, and you have to deal with that. So that must be really hard. But where do you find your motivation to go to work and deal with the public? Because it's not an easy job to take on.
Right. Really, it's just that I know a lot of people out there aren't happy, and a lot of people have bad days. And when they come to dine, or, they're out there seeking socialization. And so even if I'm not feeling up to my best, I got to shake it off before I walk into the door and know that I'm inevitably helping somebody. So that's where my motivation comes from.
So you kind of have to put on a mask before you go into work, because if you're having a bad day, the minute you walk into work, everything's great.
And my mask really isn't all that heavy. It's come on, Danielle, you got to do it.
It's your job. For sure. So I just want to thank you for being here today. I feel like you really gave us some good insight on the service industry, and for those out there watching that are thinking about going into that service industry, I think they have gained some really good tips from you.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.